How to not get nervous around girls. So, you're probably standing there feeling like a fucking badass James Bond motherfucker, right? Wrong. You're probably nervous as dick. Your heart is starting to beat faster. You realize your heart is starting to beat faster, so you start thinking, oh shit. Then you start talking and you realize you're blushing, and then you start thinking, God damn it, stop being nervous, stop. And at that point, you start acting really awkward. And the girl looks like she's ready to get the fuck out of there. Sound familiar? Yeah, straight up. So today I'm going to teach you a ton of ways not to get nervous around girls ever again. Number 1, be in your own element. If you're going on a date and you go over to her house and then you go to her favorite restaurant and her friends are there and listen to the music she likes, that's not what you want to do. Bring her into your world. Go to a place where you're already comfortable. Wear an outfit that you wear all the time and that you love. Listen to music that you like. If other people are going to be there, they should be your friends, not hers. Things like that. If you're in an atmosphere that you're already used to and that you already like, you're going to be a lot more comfortable. Number 2, before you talk to a girl, decide you're not going to pursue her no matter what. If you're out somewhere and you see a girl you want to talk to, but you're nervous, just decide ahead of time that no matter how well the interaction goes, you're never going to see her again. Even if she's really into you, you're not going to ask for her number and you're not going to invite her out. It's already decided. Then you go and talk to her. See, there's no pressure because whether she's impressed by you or not, it's irrelevant since you've already decided not to pursue her. She's just a practice run and you'll never see her again anyway. Now, obviously, you don't want to do this with every girl, but it's a good technique if you're just starting out or trying to get warmed up before going for the girls you really care about. Number 3, concentrate on a specific image. This is an interesting technique that you can use with girls or in any situation that makes you uncomfortable. Visualize a very specific image. For example, a piece of your favorite fruit. What does it look like? What shades of color are in it? What is its texture? How does the light hit it? What shadows are on it? What does it smell like? Pick a thing and focus your mind on it. The human brain finds it very difficult to focus on multiple things at the same time. So, if you're really focusing on one specific thing, it's going to be really hard for you to also focus on the fact that you're inexperienced and nervous. Number 4, comedy. Laughing is proven to lighten you up and make you less nervous. It can be anything from watching a funny TV show before a date to reading some funny shit on Reddit or from your phone right before you approach a girl. Note, I recommend Old People Facebook. I'll have a link to it in the description. Number 5, visualization. Now, it's not quite the same thing as focusing on something. Visualize ahead of time exactly what you plan to do. Not how you want the girl to react, but what you will do. What you will look like, how you'll walk up to her, how you'll be standing or sitting, what your smile will look like, what you'll say. Also, it's very important, visualize the emotion you'll feel as well, like happiness or excitement or intrigue or whatever it is you want to feel. This way, the focus is on you. Number 6. Number 6. Don't fight your nerves. If you're already with her and you start feeling nervous, don't fight it, thinking, oh fuck, I'm getting nervous, I'm gonna try to fight it. Actually, that just makes you even more nervous. If you don't believe me, notice it next time as soon as you start thinking, fuck, my heart's beating fast, stop beating fast, cut it out, heart. All it does is make you even more nervous. So don't do that. If you start feeling nervous sensations in your body, just feel them. See what it feels like. What part of the body do you feel them in? And then just let it pass. Alternatively, when you visualize, you can also include that nervousness in your visualization. Visualize your heart beating faster, for example, and then you're more prepared for it. So when it happens, it just happens and then passes. And you don't go through the process of thinking, oh shit, here we go, because you already expected it to be there and it isn't a surprise. Number 7, have a positive lifestyle. If you already have a positive lifestyle and you're happy with your life, you're not going to be as nervous when you talk to girls because no matter what happens with a girl, you still have a badass life to go back to anyway. If James Bond hits on a girl and she shoots him down, he doesn't give a shit. He still has a really fun job and he still drives an Aston Martin, so he doesn't care. But if your life sucks and you've placed all your energy on getting a girl and you think your entire happiness is dependent on whether you get the girl or not, then of course you're going to be really nervous. Build up your own life, your health, your hobbies, your goals, your relationships with family, things like that. Number 8, use it as a learning experience. If you're out with a girl, don't be there thinking about sex the entire time. How do I impress the girl? How do I get her to like me? How do I get her to have sex with me? Because let's be honest, that's usually what you do, isn't it? Don't be ashamed. It's what a lot of guys do. Even I've done it. But that's not the best thing to do. What I like to do now is see what I can learn from the experience. Does she have anything interesting to say? Can I learn from it? Are there any specific activities I've been wanting to try? Can I invite her to join me? If you're inexperienced in dating, see how you can improve your own skills through the experience. For example, by paying more attention to the girl's body language and trying to identify what she's thinking. Not as a way to have sex with her, but as a way to improve your skills of perception. Number 9. Go out with more interesting girls. If you're going out with generic girls and bimbos, then it can actually be a little harder because you always have to control the conversation and play off what they say in order to keep it interesting. On the other hand, if you go out with a more interesting girl, she's going to bring up cool topics to talk about and asking you questions that guys can have fun discussing. Then instead of seeing her as just an interchangeable hole that you put your dick in, you can see her as more of an actual person that you'll be having fun with. Number 10. Act as if you are who you want to be. You probably have goals and dreams, and you probably haven't achieved all of them yet. But imagine you have. Maybe your goal is to live in a beach house in the Bahamas after selling your company for $30 million. Maybe your goal is to have a fun job as a race car driver and a family that you have a great relationship with. Maybe your goal is just to learn how to fly around in the air like a Greek god. When you're out somewhere, imagine that you're already that guy. Imagine how you'd act if you were already there. Then act like that. If you just learned how to fly, are you going to be nervous about talking to a girl? Fuck no. You can fucking fly. You don't care at all whether she likes you or not. Because at the end of the day, you can fucking fly. Whatever your goal is, imagine that you're already there, and then act how you would act. Try it out. Okay, so those are my 10 tips. You might have heard some of them, you might not have. They're all the things I personally learned or invented myself over the years, and that I've used with a lot of success. Start trying them out right now, then come back and leave a comment and tell me which ones you like best. Hey, are you tired of all those other dating advice channels that make long-ass videos just to give you like 1 or 2 really vague tips? Want to learn more specific tips like the ones you just learned in this video? Then join the Based Olympian Army by subscribing and turning on notifications right now so you don't miss out ever again.